All right, YouTube, welcome back. This week we're going to try, I think I'm going to try, we'll see, because it never turns out like I think it's going to anymore. Man, it's hot under here too, by the way. So we're going to try to do some tabbing. We're going to go wider on the tabbing all the way around. I may try to do a little bit of plumbing. We'll see if I have the tubing. I mean, if I do the right size for that. And what else are we going to do? I don't know. I never know. Welcome to my life. Hi YouTube, hey, welcome back. This week we're going to work on tabbing. I want to go wider on the next round. And I really like that biaxial fiberglass that I bought, Matt. And so I bought a roll of that, a big roll of that. And so we'll probably be using that from here on out. And so I'll cut those up. I'll do all the corners, and get that done in this. And I used to think, hey, I'm going to get everything done in one day. Obviously, that's not going to happen. So if I get that done, I'll be happy. I may try to do a little plumbing. We'll see if I have the right tube. I don't even know if I have the right tube. But I was thinking about that last night. Man, I should already have that stuff. But whatever. We'll get something done. It's not a hurry because I know I'm not going to get that next board in there yet. So I thought I would be able to do all that like in 2 days. But I had no idea, did I? A lot of comments out there, both good and bad. A lot of comments on the Dolphinite. As you couldn't tell from the last video, I'm not sure that I really like that stuff. So I'm probably not going to use it, not because of the comments, but because I just, I'm kind of unsure about it, and I still am. So I'll probably be using thickened resin from here on out to do underneath the stringers and doing the corners. Radius is in the corners, so I'd like to hear about that actually. So tell me what you use to make your radiuses, because I didn't, and it came out well. There's one little spot where there's air, and I don't really care for that. And there's a lot of talk on the YouTube about how it can't make a 90-degree corner. This isn't 90 degree really, it's more of a 45. The resin seems to have worked with the matting and keeping it down. But I know on the back side, when I put this stringer in, see, I haven't done an upside yet. I've done the downside. And I know when I go to put the upside in, that's a pretty sharp corner, more than 90 degrees. And so I'd like to do the radiuses on that, right? So tell me what you're using. I mean, when I go and look at the YouTube videos, they say, that they're making the radiuses and they kind of show it, but I don't know what the material is that people use. I mean, are you using flaring? I mean, can you use anything? It's not really structural, right? It's just something to fill that gap to make that radius to keep the air out of there, right? So let me know. I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing, right? So that's something I would like to know about before I do it. So throw some comments in there. What else? Oh, somebody had talked about me sanding. I didn't sand, whatever. And I'm like, I don't need to sand. I'm using laminating resin with no wax. But I got to think about it last night. They're probably talking about the epoxy coat I put on, and they're right. I should have sanded that. I don't know. I brain farted that or whatever. I'm not sure. So yeah, I didn't do that. But from here on out, it's laminating with no wax, so I should be fine. Just clean it down with some acetone before I put the next coat on, and we'll move from there. Yeah, let me repeat this. I've said this 1,000 times, and my regular watchers are probably tired of hearing it, but hey man, I'm just some guy in his backyard that's doing this for the first time, learning. I'm not an expert. I'm not telling anybody how to do this. I am strictly figuring this out as I go. Yes, I hear your advice. I read your advice, and I probably comment on your advice. I was a chief in the Air Force, and I listen to everyone, but that doesn't mean I'm making that call, when it comes time for me to do it. So don't be offended by that. Yeah, if you want to watch an expert, go watch Andy at Boatworks or Boatworks Today, or somebody like that really knows what they're doing. I think that I'm like the majority of us. I think the majority of us, we do this exact same thing. We learn as we go, and we make mistakes, and we do things. And there's times where we go, that's good enough, because the only difference is, what if you don't put it on video and the whole world doesn't see it, right, and comment on your way you're doing it? But I really believe the majority of us learn and do things just this way. We learn by making mistakes, and we learn by trying to do things right, whatever, but we forget things or don't do things or whatever. And, there's a process to this stuff. And there's 1,000 different ways and 1,000 different processes, but yeah, so take that for what it's worth. There's going to be a group of you that says I shouldn't comment at all about these comments, and that's fine too. My thing is, I've been open and honest with you guys since the beginning, and I'll continue to do that. You see things where other channels just chop, they're doing something and then they cut and they come back and it's done. You guys watch the whole process, every mistake I make. But again, I think I'm the normal Joe that would be in his backyard doing this, and so there you go. So yeah, got to get that out again. Yeah, and don't think that I'm in this for the money. The YouTube, I don't get much money at all. It's nowhere near covering the cost of this boat deal. So yeah, so, and if you don't like it and you don't want to watch, I can appreciate that. I understand that. I'm not offended by that. There's a lot of great people out there that you can watch. All right, so I spent some time buying stuff. I kept running out. I'd have like one roller left and I have to go to Lowe's again, and I was buying a few at a time. So I bought a bag of rollers. There is a video out there though of a couple different people, but one guy in particular that uses a different kind of roller that doesn't absorb the resin, and I was going to look into that. I'll have to go find that. If I find the video again, I'll throw it in the description. I should have took note when I was watching it, but I didn't. Yeah, so anyways, I was buying these, which I thought were the cheapest paintbrushes in the world, and I was buying a handful at a time. Kept running out, whatever. But I found these on Amazon, and they were even cheaper, and so I just ordered a box of them. So that's good. So I'll quit running out of these things. Then a bunch of stir sticks. Instead of using the huge ones, I just bought ones that actually fit these buckets. And then I bought a big box of stir buckets just because they have them around, and they actually some have lids, right? And so I can put the acetone in them and keep my brushes in there. So that's kind of the plan for that forward. Just realizing that really the way this project's going to go is you don't do like the transom where I did a massive amount at one time. You do a step, wait, do a step and wait, and do a step and wait. It's just a little different than doing the transom. So, so I'm trying to set up an assembly line type thing to make that happen, right? So where I can do a little bit, throw that stuff away, and have plenty more to go. All right, let's get to work. I'm gonna need to build a stand for this, I think, eventually. Something to stick to go through there that holds it up. So I can roll it out. Maybe I'll even hang it so I can just pull it off if I need it. Probably need to set this on a table so I can cut it straight. Let's do that. Rah, it's heavy. Gotta be better. Whoa. I can't remember how tall that was. You guys probably remember. So 20 inches. 20. So I'll get that out of there and then get in there. $20 and $62. All right. So basically, I'll put that one in there. This one will go to here. I'll grab another piece to go there. And then that's just a chop. So I'll probably just run it down and out and just cut it there, split it. So that'll be one piece. But all right, let's do that. This is always the worst part of the day. No, I gotta put this thing on. You need it though, in there. I'll get my fan rolling and get to acetoning. Woo, it's hot out. And it's early still, so if it ain't gonna get much better, I don't think. All right, well, I'll talk to you when I get done. So these are bigger pieces, and they're gonna come down past this edge right here. So I need to clean this edge off. Somebody had told me that acetone will melt it off, but it doesn't. It does-ish, but not like it just isn't like that simple. So thank goodness I got this new tool and battery operated now. So no more cords, and I'll just wire brush those out and then acetone it down, and then we'll go from there. There you go. Always something added. So let me get this done. By the way, I just took an acetone bath. I had a bucket of acetone in here. I don't know if the camera saw it. The camera's going. It's over there. I'm not sure the bucket was on the camera. We'll see. But I accidentally knocked it and it went falling down and soaked my pants. So I had to go swap pants, wash my leg off. So anyway, back to this. Yeah, let's get this stuff ground down. All right, so I got that done. Let's see. it came out pretty good. There's a couple places, like one right here that I just can't get to lay, and there's one right there that I just can't get to lay. I don't know what's going on with that. Even with the roller, I can't push it out. So I'm gonna let it tack up just a little bit and see if I can push it down again here in a second. But other than that, it came out pretty nice. I'm happy with the result. So it's time really for this one, I suppose, to go in. Yep, I guess we'll figure that out. I'm going to do thicken resin around it on both sides and then arch it, you know, off of this. So yeah, definitely let me know what you guys are using to make your radiuses, because I'm very interested in that. And yeah, let me show you what's going on with our rocks. From last week, I showed you, or a couple weeks ago, I showed you the little rock project I'm doing down at the lake. I've gotten a lot more done, so let me throw a little video of that in here real quick, and I'll see you in a second. All right, for those of you that are interested, here's some status on the rock wall. Of course, this is the original piece we started with. You know, a lot of this is just to keep it from eroding out. I'm going to leave some ramps so that I can get in there and mow. I may continue this wall out a little more, but you have the upper wall there, which definitely needs another layer if I have the rock, because you know, getting towards the end and I'm out of good shaped rocks. I mean, I think there's rocks in there, but, and of course the new part that you watched me build around this tree up to the big huge natural rock in there, which you can start seeing. Actually, the rain, it's been raining a lot. It's really muddy now, but you can start seeing that big huge stone in there now. It's kind of washing it away. I haven't come down and did anything with it, but I kept going. Didn't film any of it, but I kept going and kept stacking. Another day, I don't know what day that was, but retirement life, you know. But I got around to another natural rock, so that's kind of cool. Probably won't do a whole lot more. I mean, I'd like to kind of just fade it down and then just bring this down naturally to where I have more area that I can just come down on. But I think it's looking good. If I do have, I mean, there's a lot of rock there, but a lot of it's round, whatever. But if I do have enough rock, I really want to put another row up on the top there. I don't know, it'll just make it look a lot better. And I may extend this lower little wall to this way some and close that gap some, just so there's enough room for my 72-inch mower deck to go through there, or whatever it is I'm carrying. But I won't totally close it, but it wouldn't be bad if it was longer. And longer it is, and higher it is, the better it looks, you know. But it's getting the attention of boat people, because boat people, as they're going by, are giving me the thumbs up now. So obviously you can see it from the water. I mean, I haven't been out in the water to look yet, but looks like the pontoon people can see it, because that's who I'm getting thumbs up from. I don't know how they see it with this big pile of rock in the way, but whatever. That'll all move, of course, once I get done. And yeah, it's interesting, because I kind of have to sort through these piles, right? Because it's a pile like this. I'm not, you know, necessarily looking for the small rock, so I have to kind of filter that out and take it down to the end. And then you don't know what you got until you dig it up, right? Just like this is a good example. I mean, look at the size of this rock in here. That is all one huge rock right there, and you hardly know it's there until you start digging, and you don't know how deep it is or how big, or even if my excavator or tractor can move it. That's the other thing too, right? I see another big one right there. So there's still a couple huge ones in here, but we don't exactly know what we have until we get through. That's why I'm kind of making this pile here, so I got something to choose from, really. Yeah, but there you go. Just keep working at it. I don't know when I'll get back to this. It's so wet right now. I was just running the tractor for a different video on filling tractor tires, and it's just so muddy. I shouldn't even be down here, but whatever. I had to finish the video so you guys could see that, for those of you who watch my other stuff outside of boats. All right, well, here's some drone footage, and then we'll get back to the boat. Hey, good morning, YouTube. So it's another day. But I figured I'd work on some plumbing today. It's actually going to storm out there. But I figured what a great day for plumbing when it's wet. So I do have tubing, which is lucky me because I ordered it, I guess, and I forgot I even had it. It's been so long. I mean, you know, when I first started this project, I was like, a couple months. And here we are. But anyway, I had ordered this, got this tubing, a couple different sizes, and yeah, so there she said. So I did have the tubing. I just have to go measure, take this thing apart, go measure, and then we'll figure it out from there. I just want to get to where, I'm not going to go all the way across because that tube will be in the way, but I want to get to where I can reach, right? So get all that stuff that I can't reach or will be hard to reach later, get that stuff in, and then go from there. So let's get this thing apart and get some new stuff in there. I really can't believe there's water in here. Not water in here. I got a hole in my tarp where the antenna hits it, but it's not leaking. It is raining pretty good too. It's amazing that anyway, whatever, that's cool. Amazing that it doesn't leak in here that bad. All right, so the upspout is this long. I'm going to try to raise it some. We'll see how much room I have in there. Actually, I need to kind of check the level of it. I guess I can't really. Yeah, I can. Yeah, so it was way down. I'll bring it to where it's tight as I can put it, but it goes back up to that. So let me measure that first one out. Basically, I get it onto there. Roughly, it'll be about 10 inches. Give me some space, as I learned from the fuel lines. So let me cut it a foot, and then I'll probably end up cutting it again. But I don't know. I don't want to cut it that short. Let's see. Yeah, let's cut it at a foot and see if we can't get to fit on there that way. Because it's got to go out, down, and then across. So go with a foot and see what happens. Real quick. Make sure you're going to see Paul at Patriot Marine Fabricating, because I'm costing him money. So check him out. I'll leave the link in the description. Sorry, Paul. It's not funny. I don't know if this PEX cutter will cut it or not. We'll see. No, doesn't think so. Well, it's cutting a little bit. It'd be a lot straighter if I could get it to cut it. Nope. Of course, this, oh, there it goes. Of course, this thing's like 100 years old. I actually found it on the side of the road. So I'm gonna need that to go like that, probably. We'll see how this does. We'll slide it on there, make adjustments, and then firm it up from there. That's gonna be too long in it, for sure. I don't know. What time it been? Really hard to say. Let's see. Let's put the hose clamp on there just in case it actually works. This thing has had seen better days. I need to get a new one. Actually, I need to buy one. This one, hey, free is free, man. Come on, there she goes. Gotta give her a little twist. I don't want to hear the comments on that. People are like, what's wrong with you, man? Spend $2. Alright, so I really need to put those hose clamps on there. And then push that in. Actually, I want that a little shorter. I want it there. I don't want it to be any longer than it needs to be. I don't want it any longer than it needs to be. I don't like that it even goes down. But I don't want to put holes in the side of the boat for no reason. Yeah, if you twist this, it works great actually. Who knew? Who knew? So that's gonna work out nice, I think. It'll be there. And then push that back once I get the clamps on and go there. Yep. So let's get this first clamp way up in there. Get this clamp on there. And then we'll put this on after that. Oh, oh yeah. Make sure she's up in there nice and tight. Where will I be reaching? I guess I won't be. As I say, where would I be reaching if I had to fix it from an access? But I guess there's no access, so. Whoa, I don't know if you're gonna see anything actually. Well, we'll just lay you upside down and you can look up at it. Better view than I got. Oh, come on, ratchet. This little ratchet, it switches so easy. Alright, so now I'll put the other one on. Let me see if I can find another clamp. Close this out while it's accessible so it's not so awkward when I have it on there. Alright, that'll get good enough to get her in there, I think. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Yeah, it's going to be a pain. Yeah, it's going to be a pain. I didn't do tight. There it goes. There she goes. I don't really like this at the top though. I don't like that up there. I'm not digging this up here. I'm not sure longer is the answer though either, because I keep looking at it going, if that's longer, how's it gonna, I mean, unless I just bring it around and wasted a whole coil and then came back into it. The bottom's fine, I just don't like this up here. If I could pull that out just a little bit, I'd be happy with it, but it's just such a angle in a short distance. I don't know how to do it any other way without going lower, and I don't want to go lower. I think if I put a twist on it, I have to go down some. I'm gonna cut a longer piece. I worry about that. You know, it's not totally closed up there and like anywhere near closed, but just don't like it. Hopefully I can use this piece somewhere else in the boat. Got cut off, but hey, it is what it is. Just for the record, Paul didn't pay for this water line. I did. Tell you, it's getting tighter. Oh wow, look at that. All right, good. So now just spin this on around so that it's level. There we go. Now now we're cooking butter. All right, so let's make this longer. I'm glad that happened actually, because I got that nice and tight now. I'm almost tempted just to shove this up there. Try to figure out a way before I cut it. I know it's going to be right in the dang way, but I don't want it to. See, it's kind of like facing up. And I don't, should I coil that in there? This is supposed to be a 10-second job. What happened? So do you make it longer? Do I try to, I ain't coiling it, I don't think. It's just gonna, but I don't want that same kink in there either. And it has to come back to here, right? So maybe that's the thing, is let it go like that and then come in. But I think I'm gonna have the same problem down here at the bottom. The longer I make it. See, now it's doing it right there. I don't know, man. I think at some point that's actually not kinking, but so everybody's gonna push on this big time. So try cutting it right there, I guess, and then go from there. You need to be better shape to work on boats than you do to be in the Air Force, I think. Unless you're like a PJ or something. Hey, look, dummy, put the clip on first. Woo! You guys are probably screaming at your thing. Put the clip on! I didn't hear you, by the way. But I got the message. Alright. Alright. All right, now I like that better. It's not kinked. It does have a good bend to it, but it ain't kinked, so that's the important thing to me. I'm way happier now than I was a couple minutes ago, so that's good. Not that my happiness is that important to the world. I'm digging that. I'm glad that it happened, to be honest with you, because this wasn't tight. I didn't realize that. Now it is definitely tight. It ain't moving no more at all. So we got that. A little bit longer, kept us from getting kinked. And she's ready. She'll just kind of loop this way and then come along, but that's a long distance, so we can make that happen. It's not a problem. That's much better. All right, so that's good. We got the plumbing in where I can reach it now. I think when I've just been sitting here kind of thinking what to do next. I think I'm going to suck it up, get the respirator on, and go ahead and clean all the rest of this foam out, because I'm gonna have to tab to it. You know, I wasn't realizing, I guess, how far my tabbing was gonna come down, you know, as I overlapped it. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to put the final piece on the back there, all the way across actually, with some final resin on the very back. So that will be done. Yep, and then I think we'll be ready to put the next stringer in. I don't know about how ready. I mean, it's going to be a pain to reach around it and all that stuff, but we're going to learn whether we can do that or not right then, I guess. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I wanted to do the ends before I put this in, but I want my tabbing on the wood. I want it to tab off the wood, not on top of the piece that's there. Don't know that it makes a difference in my mind, though. I'd like to put a tab in there and then, you know, and then do it. So yeah, that's just my thoughts, right or wrong, whatever, the way I wanted it. Yeah, so let me suit up and let's get busy. All right, let's go at it. So it's raining like crazy out there now. It's good to have this tarp. It does have a couple holes. Like I said, it is leaking in a couple places. I actually moved all the stuff off this side and put it over here. I need to do that anyway. I thought to do that 100 times, and I'm just, I guess, too lazy sometimes. Because I walk in and out of here and I'm walking over all that stuff. So I got that over there. Look where I had my sledge. I mean, so there's moisture coming here a lot, evidently. I had no idea. Yeah. So I'll clean that up now too. Whatever. I'm not helping my own boat. So I'm going to get out of here for a second, let this acetone smell die down. I'm going to go get the final resin out and ready to go. And then I think we'll just coat that back wall and get that done. And then we'll figure it out from there. Yeah, I don't know. I may just go ahead and put this in. I was thinking about putting screws in the top corners just to hold it while I tabbed it in. Maybe we'll even tab the other side if I can do the, well, man, I don't want to go to say that at all, because I know we're not gonna get that far. We'll tack it in there. Maybe we'll do some thickened resin. I don't know. All right. Yeah, let me go get that stuff ready and get out of here for a bit. Ooh, I'm catching my breath. Hey, one of our viewers, Robert Klassen, is starting a boat. I think he's going to start a YouTube channel, or I'm hoping he is. We've talked about it, so we'll see. Yeah, here's a couple pictures of the boat that he got that he'll be fixing up. It's kind of cool. I like seeing what you guys are doing as well. You got to get brave though. You guys got to be on YouTube too, so I can watch you make your mistakes. I'm just kidding. You guys don't make mistakes, do you? All right. All right, so hopefully Robert gets his YouTube channel up and running. I know in his first video they did, he had a lot of sound issues, so he couldn't even post it. Hopefully he gets to, because I really want to watch that Chris Craft get rebuilt. Also, speaking of that, if you aren't checking out my buddy David J, I think is his channel name, I'll put it in the description. Check him out. He's got a couple of more videos out there. What I love about Dave is he's so raw. He just says it like it is. Pretty cool channel to turn it into, I think. So check him out. So I guess the reason I made this clip is because I'm at 42 minutes. So I'm probably going to cut this here, and we'll continue on with the rest of it next week. I definitely appreciate you guys watching. I know I ranted a little bit in the beginning. Don't think for a second that I'm quitting or anything like that. I'm not. I totally enjoy this boat stuff. It's cool. And while I may be making a lot of mistakes, it's still a lot of fun. And yeah. So with that, see you next week. Hey YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe.